Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Kenshi, Birth of a Hive. Recap of the rules and goals are here. So, last episode, we did a little bit of crossbow training. I demonstrated how to level up precision shooting, about as best as I know how. You definitely should not do that sort of leveling up unless you have really good armor, or you're going to end up with teammates that are full of holes, and that's not good for anybody, right? You don't want to kill your teammates. So one of the goals that I did have is to get, and I'm not going to go way out of my way to do this, but to get 2 of every animal. I'm hoping to get a very young Leviathan. Here's a teen one. I'm not exactly sure if teen is the youngest. Really, Queen, you got stuck? That you could find. I think we're going to go for younger. If I'm able. I also, of course, everybody's geared up to go into the fog. To do some training as well, because eventually we're going to have to go into the Ashlands, and only people that can wear helmets can live in the Ashlands. All right, so what do we have over here? We've got a pup. All right, so this pup is one that I want to recruit. I have to mess with a giant squad of them, but what I can do is take everybody off hold and passive. Maybe I'll put the meleeers back on hold. So, for those of you who do not know, roughly what would happen if I went mano a mano brawling the Leviathans? Well, I would show you, but I'm really not in the business of getting anyone killed. I only have 2 deaths so far, but essentially, if the Leviathan landed a stomp on someone's head, there's a fair chance they could instantly die. If they stomped on Seiko, there's almost a 100% chance he's going to die. Alright, so who's holding Boops again? Is it Hella? Yeah, looks like to be Hella. Alright, Hella, put Boops down. Free up your hands. Boops, you'll get picked up by someone else. I want to try to recruit the pup before I go training further. Look at all these guys with the crappy bows. I have no idea why the rest of them aren't, like, reacting. But that's fine. Beep. Let's have you pick up Boops. Boops and Beep. That's easy to remember. I think they're all stuck on terrain. I think that none of them can physically move. Which means I'm going to have the new guys. Oh, they're moving, sort of. Yeah, they're definitely moving. Alright, Silver Shade, now is a very bad time to get stuck. Excuse me, sorry about that. Nothing like some puppies that are mad and loud. So we're going to cut through the teens here to get to the pup. Yeah, pretty cruel, but, you know. These things will happen. Also, let's check in on our caravan. They are sitting around the base. They've been ready to go a while now. They didn't actually manage to pick up anything kind of nice, which is a bit of a bummer. But I do think you guys have food, right? No, they do not. Because we also want Raptor to level up. It would be... What I might do is I might actually disband temporarily after this. Yeah, I'm going to... Because of the danger that the Ashlands pose, I require more numbers. And I can add 3 other people to the attack squad. So... I think that's what I'm going to do. Honey, Cookie, and Raptor are going to come join me because I'm just simply going to need the muscle. And then builders will continue to run the caravan. So caravan, Cookie, Honey, Raptor. That also means that Raptor's going to need to do some crossbow training. Raptor, again, is a little new behind the bow. and we don't want any friendly fire accidents. So these three are going to... 2 are medics, good. These 3 are going to go get fog helmets and get geared up. And then what I could do is I could pick one of these Leviathans and just do range training on them again. All right, well, that solves that. Let's go ahead and loot. Actually, it just occurs to me that I don't think I actually got the Leviathan Pearl from the first fight. Yeah. And, whoa, camera work. Chances are I might not even be able to find that Leviathan. But I will try. People try. Alright, now the rest of you. Attack this teen. The Leviathan Pearl is sort of a, it's a trophy of sorts. It could sell pretty good. If I can't find it, it's not that big of a deal. I just have to keep an eye, making sure that those Leviathans don't get freed from the mountain. That's one of the problems of having a Leviathan pet, is they don't traverse terrain well at all. Okay, yeah, no, I think this one despawned. As soon as you walk away, it kind of goes poof. Alright, beep. Maybe I won't have you queue up running through a big thing nest. That'd be rude of me. Alright, so Raptor, Honey Cookie. I know I'm fighting a Leviathan and not even looking. Okay, so we've got some helmets for you guys to pick up. Cookie, maybe I'll even upgrade your polearm from a 2 to a 3. And Honey, you 2 as well. This is so that I can pack the greatest punch possible when I go into the fog. Raptor, let's check your stats. You've got an okay precision shooting, but it's much to be. We have improvements to make upon it. I'll put it that way. So we got a full squad. Looks like this juvenile moved a little bit towards me, didn't it? Alright, it's laying here in such a way that I literally cannot touch it. I hope that all the effort I put forward to try to get this pup, the pup is actually carryable. Alright, it's critical. And crippled. And it is downed. Oh, I don't know. Oh, wow, that was weird. Okay, so, you caravan. Follow builders. I don't know why you're coming here. That was must have been a misclick. You're gonna go to the Armor King. All Skullo's nice and empty. Unfortunately, you guys don't really have, food. Alright, let's check back over here. So this pup. No, don't loot him. Yes, I can pick him up. So this is the most ridiculous weightlifting regimen ever. Holding a pup like this. Alright, let's get some first aid going. Everybody but Queen, if you can first aid, do it. Looks like the gar are keeping, or the river raptors rather. Are these swamp raptors or river raptors? River. Keeping me kind of safe from the big things. All right. Queen, you're moving at 23 miles an hour, so you're probably the slowest. I'm going to have you head home. That doesn't seem like home to me. Is that as the crow flies home? Yeah, I guess it is. I got turned around out here. There's the home. All right, Honey and Raptor. I see you guys. Where's Cookie? Oh, Cookie's already here. Honey and Raptor, your guys catching up. All right. So we're going to go home. We are going to re-ammo up, and then we're going to go into the fog to get some fog murder practice. I might consider... I think what I'll do is I'll while I'm in the fog, I'm going to keep my crossbows still the toothpick and try to get them even more time behind the crossbow, just to reduce the chance of a Illamite situation. Illamite, if you recall, is the only friendly fire death I've had in this series. We don't want that. Oh, we're passing by the weird spider rock. Yeah, I'd love to know the gameplay mechanics behind why there is a gazillion spiders all stacked up like crazy weird monsters. That is the $64,000 question. Let's take a look at the other weapons that I've got going on. See if there's any melee that could go up. So that's a 3. These are both leaf choppers. I just see the caravan. Hold saber. Oh, so Louis, you don't have a weapon. Right. So someone mentioned that during the Paladin fight, Louis lost his weapon. I'd have to load an old load. Foodini mentioned this. I'd have to load an old load to figure out what his weapon was. I really hope it wasn't Meito, because there is just simply no way I'm ever going to find that again. Talon is always fisticuffs. Yeah, so Louis, you're the only one that really needs gear, and that's my fault. But we'll get you something. I guess I could probably tell what you were using as gear by looking here. Chances are you had a saber. Chances are you started as polearm and then you transitioned to saber. I just hope it wasn't a Meito saber, because I don't keep that level of detail in my record. My records will tell me if they have a good weapon. So we'll give you a saber again. We'll give you a Edge 3 hold saber. Please don't lose it this time. Or rather, please for me to not miss the fact that you've lost it. All right, heading over to the recruitment hut. I don't know how to... I'll have to figure that out in a second. But what I do need to do is all of my crossbows need to re-up their ammo. Okay, so we put the beastie in the cage by the lock or unlock option. I just read the Tame Beasties mod. All right, talk to Leviathan. Join me. You are Klein. All right. Now, I did mention that only the vanilla animals would ever be considered for combat. I think it's fairly clear that the Leviathan as a pet would be so unbelievably unbalanced. Now, the only exception that I had made was the situation... Oh, we have a spider to fight. The situation where the base is being overrun and it is a effort of last resort. It is like if I don't use this you know, if I don't use this this animal, I will fully die. That was the only situation where I was like, okay, yeah, like in that really terrible and horrible situation, we would allow for it. All right, so Mr. Klein, let's put you not into the caravan. Let's put you down into the ranch. You are probably going to eat your... Oh, Osgolo's already on the... I screwed this up. So, caravan. I moved the wrong one. That's better. All right, the rest of the swarm. Let's gather. Uh-oh, I do not have a lot of toothpicks. That's kind of a problem. Yeah, I just stopped making them, I guess. I could... Yeah. So the guys that just leveled up, just got some good crossbow skills, I'm going to allow them to go up to rangers as an interim measure so that they can... So that they can fire, you know, have enough ammunition, essentially. Because I simply don't have a lot of toothpicks in the base. So here's the specialist. And then that means trading pretty much all the toothpicks to Raptor. You know, actually, I take that back. Foe has enough ammo to make this just fine. Sorry, J-Horde, you're... Alright, and then Nuggles. Okay. We're good there. Over to the barracks. So, Louis, you got your blade. As I said, please don't lose it. Looks like... Ooh, actually, we're really being hit. Money's on me, but... Oh, look at us, Golo. Swinging around. Okay, which... None of you are medics? That's problematic. Because Builders is... Oops, pretty beat up. Alright, so at this point we're going to follow Hero. And we're going to go to the Drowned Ruins. Oh, we're not that close to the water. Oh well, whatever. Alright, you guys are... Every time I try to ammo up, they run off. I love it. I actually didn't grab the other Leviathan Pearl, did I? Alright, so Nuggles. And Foe. There. They're all ammoed up. Queen. We probably don't need to carry that around with us anymore. It's too bad you can't rotate them. Frenchie. Silver Shade. Most of these guys had decent amounts of ammo. Because Raptor, yeah, you still do too. Because they were, you know, I was only using the low-level dudes to fire. So, Beep, you are unequivocally the slowest, but that's because you're holding, Boops. We're going to put them down. Everybody come here. I think Cookie or Honey, it makes the most sense to... Or maybe even Raptor. Raptor, you're the Caravaneer. It makes sense for one of the Caravanners to hold Boops. So I'll make it Raptor. Raptor doesn't even seem to mind in terms of move speed. Alright, our slowest is probably Foe. And this time we're going to head southbound. And I'm going to pick every fight that there is to be picked. Because we just want the generalized fighting training. Maybe not so far as to go out to the Spider Peninsula and get our limbs ripped off. But we'll pick the other fights. Like this one. Oh, wow. There's a lot of active spiders right there. crack of the skull, I'm not sure you know what you're fighting here. Now, of course, I could loot them, but wow, they just keep coming, and they keep dying really, really fast. That's how you know you've got. Oh, uh-oh! I didn't see this over here. Raptor's down. Boops, run! Run, Boops! What kind of sick spider goes after a goat? Also, totally didn't see Raptor just go straight into that. Alright, Roll Raptor, you're on your feet. Boops. Nope. This is not your return to strength success story. Alright, maybe someone else holds you. Who's going to be... Talon is going to be fast enough to hold you and have speed to spare. Okay, following foe. Now we're a little hurt, but that shouldn't slow me down too much. I don't want to spend forever just like bashing these spiders over and over because I'm not tapping them out, so I'm going to move on. Alright, Hero, you're at the head of the river. Let's go upstream, knowing that you swim at snail pace. And I'm really hoping for, you know what I really would want to see is master work drifter's leather. That's armor that I just have not seen yet. That would be excellent. Or ninja rags too. I'll take either. Why are they screaming my name? Oh, this is a bunch of, okay, yeah, hi. You guys are so dumb. You don't pick fights you can't even hope to win. Bunch of samurai rejects here. Did I just cut off your arm? I'm pretty sure I did. I don't see an arm on the ground, but it's definitely missing. Yeah, serves you right. You slaving bastards. I've got to say, the caveat of, like, picking every fight I can find, we really don't make a lot of progress over the land, huh? I mean, the purpose really is just to make sure that all the crossbow, because they're, you know, most of the people that are able to wear fog masks are crossbowmen, to make sure that they're combat capable for the Ashlands, because that's next up. That indeed is next up. So we might see some screechers up in these hills. They're not uncommon. They've been nerfed. I got really tired of the you know, Shrieking Bandit expanded mod, as it was just the worst, most poor excuse for balance. Yes, if you want overpowered bandits that make no sense lore-wise, it's a fine mod, but the weapons they wielded weren't balanced. I mentioned this before. There's a formula for pretty much almost every single one of the vanilla Kenshi weapons. And the formula is about the blunt to strength to weight ratio. That every weapon sort of follows the same formula, which says if you do X amount, if the weapon does X amount of blunt damage and requires, is a certain weight that requires a certain amount of strength, it follows this. And there's a few exceptions of the vanilla Kenshi weapons. But the exceptions aren't for overpowered weapons. And the issue I had was the Shrieking Bandits, you know, the like Madman clubs and things like that. They just simply were not vanilla friendly at all. Okay, so we're heading in. And that means a costume change. Or otherwise, and this is role-playing here. Unlike the Ashlands, where legitimately, in the Ashlands, legitimately you do need to wear helmets because of the gas that's there. There is no such gas in the Foglands. I'm just pretending there is. I'm pretending that there's a pathogen. And I guess now that there's COVID-19 or coronavirus running rampant throughout the world, it's more on the nose than it ever once was. But I'm running with the roleplay that something made, or at least we're thinking that something made the fog, Deadhive go mad, right? Or whatever the Deadhive was named before. Maybe they were the Iron Hive. And then they fell to the pathogen and became the Deadhive, or the fog, or the cannibalistic little crazies. So one of my first stops ought to be a stop into Mongrel, just to heal up Raptor, because Raptor, he's in a bad way. I don't like leaving people wounded. It would be really quick to heal Raptor up. Another thing is, I don't believe that my ability to recruit Praetorians exists anymore, but I did have one patron that queued up for a Praetorian, so I was thinking of just getting a Blue Fog Heavy, which is the closest approximation, and get them added to the group as well. So I did path at Death Yard. I gotta say, I did not see a whole lot of the Blue Man group. But here we are right on the outskirts of Mongrel, so I guess we are able to run in without incident. So Talon and Raptor, let's go find some R&R. Talon, because Talon's holding Boops, and Boops got hurt too. And this won't take very long. While we're here, I really don't think there's a possibility of finding anything we want to buy. Except for maybe ammunition. So you three. Barely. Well, that's it. That's all the ammo that they had. That's fine. I wasn't expecting much. We're not really here on a trade mission anyway. Speaking of trade missions, how are you guys doing? You guys managed to go pretty much straight to the Armor King. And my wishes have not been granted. There's really not masterwork other than sleeveless. Sleeveless long coat. Oh well, whatever. Is this better for Talon than... No. Because the dust coat's just as good for... Okay. Well, in that case... Let's have Builder's Rest. I don't think Builder's is going to be... Oh, yeah. You're able to rest past your wounds. They also need food. But I'll head south to, like, Blister Hill. Okay, Raptor's almost all the way healed up. We roll out. Now let's head back to that death yard that I saw up north while I was coming in. Bunch of escaped servants. If I escape from the Holy Nation, the last place I would head to is ground zero for cannibals. Oh, speaking of fog heavies. Come on, really? Is that all the fight that you had? Man, that was quick. Who's picking you up? Raptor, you pick him up this time. Try to keep him. Let's ditch his bone stuff. Patch him up. And we're set to go. So I was hoping to... Yeah, and there's some in the death yard. To pick some fights here, just to train up a little bit more. So that I've got my guys in tip-top shape for when they come into the Ashlands. Because the Ashlands are unforgiving. One misstep, and you die. Okay, Raptor, I see... Oh, no, it's Talon. I was going to say, if that was Raptor, probably didn't have you unranged. Well, there goes that death yard. I wonder where that fog heavy was running to. Generally speaking, regular fogmen, they are no rhyme or reason where they go. But the royals tend to go to feasts. Okay, I do believe there was another death yard over here. Yep, we are in the middle of it. It, too, is empty. Come on now. How am I supposed to train when there's no one to fight? Alright, well, this death yard's a bust. Let's travel around, try to find... Oh, hello. Well, they're about to have a feast. I don't know if I was smart and brought a whole bunch of spare food. Also, it wouldn't matter because I can't trade with someone who's conscious. I was going to try to give her some food to aid survival. There's so many crossbowmen here, like no one can even approach. Yeah, I can't even talk to you. There we go. Yeah, these fog don't make for excellent combat targets because they're pretty puny. Unless you find a swarm of them. But even if you find a swarm, as you can see, we are making very quick work. Alright, let's regroup. The fog might be puny, but if you get separated and surrounded, death by 1,000 bites kind of sucks. Alright, we'll have them group run. I see you. Our meleeers aren't even getting a chance to swing in some situations because the shooters are just so brutal. Alright, there's another death yard down here. And it has a few inhabitants. Silvershade, you're supposed to be ranged, man. It is fun watching them work. It's like a hit squad. Well, you guys are totally doing it wrong. We're leaving a lot of limbless. That's one hallmark of the fog. They have... And this also is true of all of my own fog recruits. they have particularly, especially the regular old Fogmen, particularly wimpy bodies, you know. So 50. So a hit of, I mean, this one's just dead, but a hit of 50 separates, or a hit of 100 rather, separates their limbs, right? So 50 brings you down to 0, another negative 50 and you lose the limb. Basically, you know. So for instance, you take a look at Hela. To take her limbs off, it's 160 hit points. To take a fog off, it's just 100. I mean, that's a huge disadvantage. And these guys aren't even tough in terms of, you know, if we look at a Praetorian, for instance, if we looked at like Mororal, to take his arms off, it's a hit of 300. To take his legs off, it's a hit of like 500. You know, 500 versus 100, 5 times stronger limbs. Yeah, it's going to be very, very hard for you to just, you know, delimb Praetorians. Not to say it's impossible. Certainly, I would say if we recklessly went against a bunch of Leviathans, like, that would happen. People would get stomped to death. But if I was to melee a Leviathan, I would likely want to pick a Praetorian because, you know, they're the sort of the toughest. The only caveat, however, is that Osgolo is going to be running on his own. Builders just pick him up. The only caveat is that the Praetorians also don't have some of their slots. For instance, if you take a look, they don't have shirt slots. Their head slot is covered by the Hive soldier plate armor, but without the shirts, they have less armor than a soldier might. A soldier does have the nice chest slot that keeps them safer. Okay, we are being targeted. I ought to pay attention over here rather than talk about game mechanics. Another thing that we could do is fight some Western Hive. There's surely a ton of... It's a target-rich environment, and we know exactly where they are. Yeah, why don't we do that? The West Queen is actually pretty easy to abduct. Ooh, we got some princes over here. Hello, Principe. I don't even recall telling these guys to run anywhere. They're just running for the sake of it. All right, let's hold up a second because we do have some damage. And some wounds. Oh! Ooh, an active feast. All right, let's ruin this. There's a lot of heavies here. They're really no match at all. Queen, go first aid. Queen, trade with boops. Grab some foods. Oop, that's maybe a bit too many. Give her some food. Pick the pole. Pick her up. Well, it's our good deed for the day. We'll set her out once we break free of the deep fog here. This high village clearly hasn't been updated. Nice. Is this everybody? It is. Alright, caravan. We're all following Hero. Hero, you're going to go to Blister Hill. We need to buy some food because I forgot to load up. So I think with this crew, I'm going to practice some of my combat skills, Going up against the West Hives. It's target rich. There's a lot of enemies. There should be a lot of precision shooting opportunities. And yeah, it's where I want to be before I go into the Ashlands, which is very dangerous. I'm having everyone stand around just for a second to do some repairs. There, Queen's now repaired. Caravan. Ooh, Osgolo's very hungry. I get that. Oh, look, there's fog even all the way out here. I'm going to let the caravan guards guard the caravan. I never really had all that much worry about that. All right, let's go into Blister Hill, though. Run as a group. I'm not going to hang out around while sort of hungry and starving to get whittled down. Wow, there's fog. Yeah. This poor city, man. It gets stomped to hell by me, and now it's surrounded by fog. Can't catch a break. Okay, let's trade. Osgolo, there is a ton of food. There. Mistakes forgiven. Right? I'm going to have him hang out here a minute. Alright, Fishy Hat. You seem to have the highest field aid skills. But there's no meds being sold here. Meds in a weapon shop? Probably not. Bakery, bars, hospital. Meds would be in a hospital, yes. Okay, and then put first aid as a tip-top priority. He says, don't touch me. Oh, don't be so sensitive. All right, Hero and the crew. You're going to hang out here for a little bit. Wait for your hunger to replenish, and then we'll dismiss you. All right, Queen, it's time to put this escape servant down. Oh, no, they're still in a coma. And their leg basically doesn't exist. I kind of want to go out to this ruin here. It doesn't look like there's much out there. Turn around. Oh, someone's melting in the rain, aren't they? That's not fun. Alright, so I did say I want to pick some fights with high villages. Ooh, a Gorillo. Hasn't aggroed me yet. Oh, here's a Western Hive caravan. We need some food. They'll have food. Why is everyone split up so far? That was... What did actually they have? Loot the pack beast. Oh, the pack was literally empty. Okay. These guys especially the some of the tougher drones, they pack a punch. They're not pushovers. They have good weapons. This is why they make for pretty good practice targets. Ooh, look at this. Look at you. And your tons and tons of loot. Alright, I'm just going to be picking up their food. I think we can also switch our helmets back around. This will just take but a second. That's a lie. It will take a little bit of time. I'm going to let the time roll slow. So if there's patching and other stuff to do, we could do it while I switch the helmets around. The reason why I don't like these fog masks, they have only 70% coverage. So 3 out of 10 shots or swings or hits or whatever go through it like it has no coverage. Still, it's better than Seiko's basket hat, but given the given that he wanted to be stealth, I'm not going to change that. One of the reasons why I'm not like requiring everybody to wear like the perfect gear or whatever, I'm just allowing a little bit of roleplay, is at the core of it, let's talk about Beep. Beep, as a regular drone, has really no reason to be a fighter, right? He's disadvantaged in a lot of ways, but no one tells Beep not to fight, right? So if someone wants to, you know, if one of my characters wants to, you know, be a, you know, be a ninja or whatever, let him be, right? Like, I'm not going to stop them. That's fine. Even if it doesn't, even if they're weaker for it, the Queen believes in individualism, I guess is really what it comes down to. Which is why Foe, or rather with Seiko, can wear whatever he wants to wear. Queen's not in the business of ordering people around like that. Alright, so I'm just feasting on this caravan's spoils. Raptor, you got a lot of room. Okay, that's a lot of spoils. We're right next to a Hive village, which is right here. Oh, wow. All right. I was not paying enough attention, and Klein died of starvation. The thing is, he was right next to a giant bucket of food items. So my thinking is they don't eat the way they're supposed to. I don't know. I'm not sure. One way around it would be to give the Leviathan pockets, which is their backpack, and fill the backpack full of food. But I do find it strange that I took him all the way to the ranch. He died, like, what, 5 steps for a Leviathan from a bucket full of rice. Well, I'll just have to recruit another one. That's a bit of a bummer. I didn't notice that in time, clearly. But one thing I wanted to do is make sure that, okay, we do have some bad injuries, like Honey's leg, but I don't think that's going to stop me. Alright, you scream enemy, please come out and fight me. I don't want to fight in there. I'm separating my crossbow out from the rest of them. Ow, come on, that was a cheap shot. Okay, so this is really good training here. These guys are not well armored, but they're not puny either. They will also outnumber me. But I want to bring the fight outside so I can just see what's going on. It's hard to make sure everybody's okay when they pile inside. Oh, a big thing. A bunch of big things. Let's just take a token meat. Make sure they die. So I'm pretty well set up for food for a bit. Alright, so one of the things I could do... Oh, this isn't mine still. Boo! I was going to heal the my rescue. I could always put down my own camp beds, but I wasn't planning on it. Alright, severed hive arm. I don't think that was me being severed. It was one of them. But it's rolling. Let me just quick check. It'd be a real shame if I had a severed arm. No, it's not mine. Wish it was a little bit brighter. So we're at the steps of another one. Really? You're gonna let me trade? You guys want trade a bit too much, I think. Come on out. I'm the big bad wolf. Come on out. Alright, let's pick a meleeer who's pretty healthy. Trigger them. Ouch, okay. Oh, Delirious is downed. As is Hollow. This is why I wanted to fight outside, because it's really difficult to manage the ones that go inside. Alright, so here's their diplomatic status hive trader. I'm not worried about a KO or two. It's when half the team's KO'd is a problem. Queen's in a melee fight with the prince. Prince is dead. Prince is very dead. J-Horde is downed. Alarm is raised. Delirious, you're wounded. Another thing I should make sure not to do is to just have these guys run everywhere they want. I want them to stay close. Another thing is, like, it would be possible for a big thing to walk up and eat someone alive. Oh yeah, so here's a drone heavy. Let's take a look at their gear. So they have West Hive Soldier Plate Armor, which is... This is actually pretty good armor, right? And then their leg plates, their vests, their glaive. This glaive at 0.85 cutting is not quite as good as the ones I'm rocking. But they do pack a punch. Okay, we are in here. Does this trader actually have gear? Okay, everybody hold. Quit running around. These worker drones are just being shot to death. We're just kind of standing around waiting for people to regain consciousness. So where'd that prince go? That prince is somewhere. Maybe I put him underground. Just curious if they had, like, packs full of stuff. Alright, Hollow's conscious. Gonna walk real slow, but conscious. J-Horde is in coma. Alright. Let's go find somewhere to rest. So people that can pick up others. Delirious, I'm going to have you pick up J-Horde. You move at 20. That's fine. Cookie, you pick up... who is it? Hollow? Yeah, Hollow. You move at 20. All right, everybody follow Cookie. Cookie, you're going to take us... We're just going to camp. I don't think... Well, no, we could make it to Admag. Admag's not too far away. And then we could just head right back out to a nearby Hive village and just get tougher this way. Grind against our enemies, right? Caravan. You have all eaten, I presume. All right, let's follow Builders. And Builders, you are going to take your caravan, or the caravan, up to the Armor King again. Pillar looks stuck. Just because your name is Pillar doesn't mean you need to be monolithic and not move. Okay, I can see... Sort of see Admag in the distance there. Fighting the Western Hive is like the JV team, whereas the Southern Hive is the varsity team. Is a very rough way to say it. Which is why I definitely need to level up a little bit more. I'm leaving the Southern Hive for last because I know the difficulty that challenge will pose. You know, if the Western Hive can knock a few of my guys out, we got some work to do. All right. Well, we'll find some friendly beds here. I don't even have to pay for them, do I? It's kind of nice. I usually go from top down, but I'm going to do reverse order here. Boops is fine. All right, let's just pick up Boops. All right, there we are. What the heck? There's a... Oh, right, we put him down. The fog heavy. You know, I don't need to worry about him right now. Actually, yeah, I take that back. Beep, you want to go chase him? Let's just pretend he's not contagious. Oh, Beep, that's not how to chase. Okay, we got him. We're being targeted again. It looks to be... Who the heck are you? Hungry Bandits? Well, that's cool and all, but, like, I have a task to do. So, we're gonna go do that. Killing Hungry Bandits is just not hard enough to warrant bothering to do. Alright, this little guy, he's... Hollow, you need a little bit more. Okay, we'll be back at it in no time. Oops. Yep. Oh, actually, no, that's what I wanted to do. Put her down, finally. Alright, so Silver Shade, I somehow overlooked you, so you have the worst injuries here. We'll get you healed up. Queen's all set. Now, I do have some slightly damaged robotic components. but nothing too bad. Is there a machine shop here? Queen, how about we look for one? I don't think they have repair here. Let's check travel gear. Not that would have repair bed. I'm just curious what they're selling. Ammo if I needed it. I think I'm okay, though. Alright, Silver Shade's almost all the way up. But I'm almost out of time for this episode. So next episode is going to be more combat training, I think. Making sure that everybody is good and ready for harder fights. I definitely need to log some more hours. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line. I'm eager to hear what you all have to say. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next time. Adios.